Have you ever had one of those weird moments where you're just positive that Google has been reading your thoughts? I had one of those. We've been talking a lot about it. I've been working on decluttering and minimizing our house. Not full-fledged becoming a minimalist, but minimizing as much as we can. Getting rid of stuff because, you know, you try to clean your house, but you have to clean up and pick up all this stuff everywhere before you can actually clean your house. That's where I was, and I'm tired, and I don't have the energy for it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to manage the stuff anymore. I don't want to deal with it, period. So I'm looking at YouTube, and who pops up on my screen but the Minimal Mom? I mean, talk about timing. I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think I ever said the word minimalist, but maybe I said minimize or declutter or something like that. Maybe that triggered it. Who knows? Anyway, pretty sure Google's just in my head these days. But so I've been watching and learning from those videos while I clean and declutter and get rid of things. And it's very helpful, very encouraging. And I'm doing it while I'm doing things. So I'm not just like sitting down and watching the videos wishing I was doing it, right? So it's helpful. What I want to say to you is that I started out trying to spread this process of purging and decluttering over a year, possibly two. This is not an overnight fix, and I'm tired and old. But what happened is that our neighborhood planned a yard sale. That pushed me into overdrive and high gear because I realized we just had too much stuff that we were getting rid of to just donate. And so over the course of 3 or 4 weeks, we worked really hard on office area, kitchen, kids' rooms, really because they were the ones most in need of help. One thing led to another, and just, I mean, boxes and boxes and bags and all kinds of stuff, okay? The yard sale. But what I want you to understand is every single person is at a different place. You may not be ready to get rid of stuff. I'm just tired of stuff, and I was ready. I am ready. And so it's still going to take us a while, at least a few months, maybe a year, to really do the whole house, because now that we have pushed into high gear for 3 or 4 weeks, I'm exhausted and I'm just kind of nitpicking at stuff. But the good news is that I got such a great start. It's motivated me to keep going. And so each day I'm just kind of picking at different things and different areas, different spots in the house. But I want to tell you that if you're not ready to fully commit or deep dive, just put a basket, a small basket. Let's see if I have one. I don't have one. I got rid of them all. A box, a bag, a bin, something by your door or somewhere in your house that's convenient for you to just put things into. When it's full, donate it somewhere or put it in wherever you store things for yard sale. Be careful about that because you're going to end up with more stuff to deal with later. So my opinion is to just donate it unless it's something that you would rather sell immediately list it. There's tons of sites that you can do that on, and the Minimal Mom talks more about that. I'm not a minimalist channel. I'm just sharing a little bit of my journey here, so go watch hers. Here's the channel, and it's in the description, the link. Okay, don't beat yourself up if you don't make a lot of headway. Don't beat yourself up if you make a huge mess to clean up a mess, because sometimes that's just kind of part of the process, and that's okay. But you don't have to make that big mess. You can do this a little bit at a time. So one of the things that we've been doing in our house to help manage our time and energy better are meal kits. Because my husband gets home so late and I'm pretty worn out by the end of the day for lots of different reasons. And it's hard for me to cook and prepare a meal so late for him and just really put anything into it, including brain power. So the meal kits are helping us. And I wanted to show you today some of the ways that I manage that without letting it take over my kitchen. It's still kind of a learning process, but I have figured out what works to grab everything quickly and to store it quickly and safely and easily and to pull it out. Like even my kids could pull out what I'm doing and cook the way that I manage this. Okay, so let's take a look at those. This video is going to skip back and forth from me now to me earlier in the day. I tried to record this from the kitchen and some of the footage just turned out horrible and too wordy like it is now. So I've cut a lot of that out, and here's me in my kitchen this morning using them. So I wanted to show you just a couple of things. So one of the things you're going to find if you do start to purge and declutter is that it's really easy to go spend lots of money on stuff to help you organize. So don't do that. When you make purchases, think through them, let it sit a minute, and make sure that it's actually going to work in your space. And there's the chicken nuggets my daughter apparently put in the oven and forgot about. So we're gonna take this out for her and let them cool. But so I did get some things for our meal kits. And let me just show you that. And then tomorrow we'll go more in depth into what we've been doing at our house, and I'll give you a little tour. And it's still a mess, so you're not gonna feel like, you know, I'm doing a better job. Okay, here's our HelloFresh box. That's the one we're doing now. So here's how it comes. We got these nice little bags with all the ingredients except the meat together. And down at the bottom, underneath that and separate, under the ice pack, and there's cardboard separating it, is the meat, just in case it drips. It's always on the bottom. And they do have lots of meatless options. So here's what we've been doing. This is our new box for today. So of course we have none right now. Just clear some dishes, just so you feel human, right? Cinnamon roll, yum. This is the little caddy that I've been using. I just ordered 3 more of those. So what I do, these are the bins that I'm using. Some we already had, some I bought. I already had this one bin, so I've been testing it out for a couple of weeks. So basically, I'm gonna wipe it clean first from last week's. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you before I do that. So we have tacos today in this bag. And there's all the ingredients. So what I'm gonna do is I have a little box and a big box, a little bin for the fridge, okay? So onions I can leave out. And I'm just literally gonna go through ingredient after ingredient. I have little pockets for the dry stuff. And like this could go in the pouch. Tomato paste can go in the pouch, and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm gonna pull all that stuff out and separate it. I'll have a cold bin and a dry bin. And I can use the smaller one for the meat in case, again, it drips. Then I'm not using and having to buy more plastic bags and things to store things in. It's all reusable, all washable, all wipe downable, et cetera, et cetera. So I just basically put it all in. I'm kind of moving it while we talk, but I wanted to show you that bin, this one, because it is actually about to be discontinued, and it's one of my favorite things. I used to use it in my office, but I don't need it anymore for what I was using it for. I always have a hard time, like, what do you do with these? Do you put it in the fridge? Freezer? I will probably actually, depending on when I'm gonna eat this, I'll take this cilantro and put it in like a mason jar with a little water and stick it in here so it won't wilt. Tomatoes, because I don't know when I'm gonna use them, I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the fridge so they won't get overripe. So there's my fridge bin. And because that's so little, I would probably switch it over to this one or even to one of these because it's not very much stuff. It's one of those easy meals for this day. And this one I like because it will stack. Can you see it? So I can put the littler stuff there, stack the meat. It might not quite get it fit perfect. And then I can put these larger produce items here, and then I can save this bin for one of the larger ones. So now I'm gonna find my recipe card for that meal. Look at this yum. What's this one? Of course I put the wrong meat with it, but I'll fix that. And that can go right there. So again, these are actually on sale right now. And there is one beautiful pattern left and you're gonna wanna snag it. Very useful. 2 pockets, 3 pockets, handles. So what I do then, we get 4 meals a week. I will have a stacking bin there. I never did take the price tag off. I actually use that to hook my keys on and stuff, but I'll cut that off. And I'll have 4 bins, 1, 2, 3, 4, for each of our meals. All I have to do is pull that out of the pantry. Excuse my counter. We'll talk more about why everything's still a mess tomorrow. Pop. Well, if I have 2 hands, that works better. But I don't even have to open that front, but I can. Let me set this down, you can see. So I've got it out on the counter. Open the top. Just pull the front off. And it's all open. And right there, I can leave the card in there, or I can pull it out and clip it. We usually just stick it in the microwave because it's eye level, but you can put it, you know, wherever you would put such things, or just leave it there. If you're one of those people that doesn't have to constantly relook, you can just leave it there. We have to constantly relook. So when we do our meals, that's how we do it, and it works great for us. It's really solving a major problem. I'm really glad that Google read my mind in this case, but because the Minimal Mom has been so encouraging and helpful. Like, I knew the things, but the reminders have been so very helpful. I just want to encourage you that if you feel like it's overwhelming, you can literally take one corner at a time, one drawer at a time, put a box or a bag by your door, and when you walk through a room, think about things that you look at that don't make you happy anymore, or that look cluttered or make you feel cluttered, make your mind feel cluttered, and let it go. Either put it up, if it's something you need, love, whatever, find it a home. If you can't find it a home, get rid of it and let it go. I promise you, as much stuff as you still see in my background, we have created so much more clear space that we're starting to feel like we can breathe again. Anyway, I just want you to know that you're not alone. And even if it takes you 5 years, you can still get it done.